So today, Nick, we're going to be discussing the Zuck.
His little thing yesterday.
How that's going to affect paid ads.
Their moderation is extremely strict. You've got a guttering company. Oh, we've banned that because it's a gun. And we nearly got that account banned trying to fight it. People have moved to TikTok for those reasons.
They can give the message across that they want to give, not put it in a framework that Meta have given you, which doesn't really align with what your brand or your messaging is.
It's happened 2 weeks before Trump comes into power.
That has got Trump written all over that. From Rupert's perspective, it's a home run.
We just want the world to just write bad stuff.
I think that's the best one you found today.
My face lit up.
Welcome to the Fate March, everybody.
Welcome back, James.
We have a special guest. He's back.
It's not a meme now, and you used to be like, Nick's here, and it used to be Nick was every time, now it's not.
No, he's not. He's not been here for 4 weeks.
No.
So busy. How's the clinic?
Busy. There's a lot of people needing a doctor.
Good. I'm glad.
Yeah. Well, I upped our ad budget over Christmas and had 60 new business calls last Monday, Thursday and Friday.
Well done. That's really good.
And more this week. I've got to get through the bit of the crap, but some good ones in there.
Fair play. So, how was Christmas, New Year? All right?
Yeah, I just got a bit drunk on a few occasions.
Yeah?
No kids to worry about anymore.
No, you don't. No.
None of this, oh, better keep sober. Yeah, drank a lot of, yeah. What?
Anyway, I've got you a Christmas present.
Have you?
It's at home.
Oh.
I know. I didn't think you'd appear today, if I'm being really honest. I didn't think you'd come.
I put it in my diary.
I know, but I thought because you're doing your LinkedIn Live today.
Oh, yeah, no, that's messed up me coming in on Wednesdays now.
I did say that.
Yeah. And I was planning on leaving straight afterwards, then my diary gets booked.
No, it's fine. But I thought you'd flake off today, so I didn't bring it for that reason.
No.
No, which is good, but I'm annoyed because I...
Say what it is, or is
No, absolutely not.
It'll
No.
be something comical to do with being a doctor at the
Okay.
clinic or something.
No, it's not.
Isn't
No, but it's brilliant.
So I had a call yesterday with a guy who sells scrubs, as in surgeon scrubs, and music to my ears. My face lit up as I had to do a little bit due diligence before the call. He turned up, Hardeep, and I was like, I've just been looking at your website. I can do with a bit of your gear. And he went, why are you dressed as a doctor? I said, it's the Asda Clinic. And he went, love it. Broke the ice. He's going to start hopefully in Feb. Just got to get a few ducks in order. But he was loving it. And he can make some money. Like, it was a great website, but he didn't have pixel on it. Like,
The basics.
all these basics weren't done. So, like, you've got legs here. Like, he's got this new texture. I've not worn scrubs yet. But he said what happens is you spend a whole day in your, aesthetics, ladies and all that sort of stuff. Get some comfort. They're just the materials. So he said, we've got this new material and stuff that's really stretchy, really comfortable. It's like wearing your pajamas all day. So I said, okay, well, we need to lead with those problems. And I think you can do it right.
You can put them in touch with Birmingham Private Clinic.
Yeah. So, it's good.
Good. So today, Nick, we're going to be discussing the Zuck.
Yeah, his little thing yesterday.
Yeah. We've just watched it. This little thing.
Yeah.
I'd
heard it on the radio because X have already done what he's. Yeah.
So I want to look at. So when I watched it yesterday, I had a little bit of a fist pump from a Rupert perspective because if they're going to stop reviewing as much content, more stuff's going to get through, which is a blessing in disguise. They need a moderator and they need an assistant, and weirdly, we have that. So, which is really cool. Now, that's exciting from a Rupert perspective. What I'm doing, I am intrigued to what you think after watching it. Then, how that's going to affect paid ads, because you've had issues in the past where, for example, if you remember the guttering company, their ads got removed for weeks, wasn't it? Because they thought it was a gun or something, because they thought it was guttering. So from listening to that, how do you think that's going to impact the clinic?
Yeah, well, to give our audience a little bit of context on it is there are 5 things that he's going to focus on. But if we talk about this one, is the fact that their moderation is extremely strict. It's done by a computer. They have a whole list of categories and subcategories and sub-subcategories of what you can and can't do. And we all, right, so from an advertising point of view, we all know that if you're going to get a naked girl and you're going to stick her on an ad and go, hey, buy her lingerie and she's taking her clothes off, it's going to get banned, right? Like there's logical stuff. And then there's stuff like you've just then, as an example, you've got a guttering company and one of the corner gutters is a black piece of guttering, which if you had really bad eyesight and looked at, you could go, it kind of makes out a gun. I mean, it's ridiculous, isn't it? So the due diligence done by the system is going, oh, we've banned that because it's a gun. And we nearly got that account banned trying to fight it. Well, why don't you have a look at what the company does? Why don't you have a look at the URL where it's going? It's obviously not a gun company. So those sort of things will be great. And one of the areas that we've, in the agency, that we wanted to go after, shout out to Birmingham Private Clinic, who've just mentioned, we wanted to go out after that aesthetics world, didn't we? Because it's great to create leads for that. And they had to stop advertising and look at other areas because you can't show before and after. So you can't show a picture of a woman with a bent nose and she had it straightened.
Why?
Because the policy falls under, which might still be in place, the fact that you can't guarantee.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, if you buy my course, you'll be a millionaire in a year's time. Yeah. No one can guarantee that.
You might.
Only if you're really good and you work 16 hours a day and you do more, you might get there. But they'll lead with a catfish, won't they? A catfish hook, which is like, it's not that catfish isn't the right word, is it?
No,
is it?
Yeah, sort of, no.
So most of the policies do that, but then you've got alcohol, because we can't advertise alcohol in a certain way. Otherwise,
gambling.
An alcoholic, you have to have a license for it. So I think it's really good that from a basic ad point of view, we are walking on eggshells, even from not an ads, even from some of the reviews we're trying to get on Rupert, as an example.
Well, I can't log in still.
You can't log in. I was doing the same yesterday and I had to go on a call with them and then it said, you've tried too many times. So I was like, I'm out. It hasn't affected things. Then I tried to log in, which, you shouldn't because this is what it's thing, but a colleague's Facebook account. And then it said, obviously it's picked up on my IP address, sent the code to her. She knows what's going on. But because her mobile isn't sitting on the same IP address, it says we need to do background checks now. So it's so secure, which we want.
Yes.
Right? We want it to be stupid secure. But unfortunately, because the company is so big and the policies are so strict and the computer is doing over the top job, normal things of just trying to place an ad about guttering or having someone on the screen saying, hey, let's talk about your financials because you're 45 years old and you've got no savings. This is what you should do. No, it's going to be banned because we can't talk about that sort of stuff. Is utterly ridiculous. Really, isn't it?
Mm.
And we've seen TikTok allow all that to happen. And people have moved to TikTok for those reasons. Aesthetics companies go to TikTok because they can actually do their ads properly.
Well, they can give the message across that they want to give, not put it in a framework that Meta have given you, which doesn't really align with what your brand or your messaging is.
Yeah.
There's so many brands out there that are literally just adhering to Meta's policies. It's against what they'd want to do and against what actually their prospects or their audience want to see. You've got to do it, otherwise they will just. You won't be allowed to advertise.
So the interesting thing that he was saying there is obviously we're moving with the times. In a way, would you say that the way Facebook and these other platforms have been going up until his speech yesterday was quite woke, yet now it's going unwoke? Do you see what I mean? Because beforehand it's like, can't say this, can't show a needle here, can't do that. What if someone gets upset about that? Whereas Elon Musk has gone, you know what? He's kind of like anti-woke, isn't he?
Yeah,
If you don't like it, like people say, if you don't like my content, then don't follow me. Like, it's quite simple. You don't have to put.
Well, my opinion has always been of the opinion that these algorithms are very clever. TikTok especially, like like we mentioned about the carnivore diet. I've had so many recipes about certain things to make on the carnivore diet. And I said on to you with Gordon earlier, which is I actually made a cottage cheese flatbread.
You did?
Yeah, I did.
How's that in the carnivore diet? It's flatbread.
No, it's cottage cheese and eggs. So
Okay. So
Cottage
right, to
cheese.
make the flatbread. I thought you meant it's flatbread with cottage cheese and eggs.
No.
Was it any good?
it was all right.
You should have just gone, I'll just have steak. And
I wouldn't. Yeah, but the problem is, Nick, is it's too expensive.
that's the thing.
So
This is the issue with the carnivore diet, is the fact that ideally a carnivore diet done properly
it's just
should be grass-fed meat.
grass-fed.
You've got a cow in your living room, you chop a bit of meat off.
yeah. Bit of salt and water.
Not going to Aldi and buying the lowest cut
Quality,
meat,
yeah.
quality meat you can get.
Skirts are very cheap though. Skirts,
Beef skirt.
very cheap.
Yeah.
So I've been nailing those. Anyway, we digress. But I went and cooked one of those recipes from just watching that. Amazing, isn't it? Incredible.
Yeah.
You've caught me off guard, Nick.
You forgot what you were talking
Yeah, yeah. Sorry,
about.
the
It's been
algorithm's
very good, yeah.
Yeah, the algorithm's perfect, and I've actually gone and made something based on the algorithm going, I think you'll enjoy this.
Yeah.
It's worked.
Yeah.
These aren't unintelligent systems.
Computers. No, they're not.
So I sort of agree with what he's doing here. My only caveat is, and you're probably there now with more with the youngest, which is what content though shouldn't be served to kids is being served. I think that's my only reservation. Like, I don't know if you've seen on Channel 4 or BBC, Emma Willis and Matt Willis, they laughed off busted. They've done a program about taking phones off kids for 3 weeks.
I've heard about this. I've not seen it yet.
It's horrendous. Like, it's
The content that kids are seeing?
yeah. That TikTok and these
Pornography
other
and stuff like
platforms, they're feeding them. They're putting in front of them. A lot of.
Well, at the end of the day, if you're going to have a
But it's not just it's not just pornography. This is like suicide or stuff. It's horrendous. And it's not good.
So we're not seeing that because we're not interested in those topics, but a kid is seeing it because the algorithm's picked up that they are interested in that.
Well, no, it's not they're interested. It's being served them for some reason. Like, they did some, again, if you watch the program, they bought some phones, burner phones with and they actually being served content. They even put in there they're 13, they're being served content.
Oh wow, okay.
So it's not good.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, that's TikTok, that's not Meta, but again, we know what goes on across all social platforms. So I sort of get what he's saying. There's a lot of stuff that is censored, especially when you look at government and politics, and we all know what goes on there.
There's also an element of this of, it's happened 2 weeks before Trump comes into power.
Oh,
So it's like, let's play his game for the next 4 years.
don't get me wrong. That has got Trump written all over that.
Yeah.
Because look what China have got with TikTok. If TikTok are actually owned by China, he's Korean, isn't he? The guy, I don't know if you remember the video from last year, when he goes into Congress. It's just the most embarrassing.
Really nicked out of the Congress because no one understands how computers work. And they were like, TikTok's listening to.
Well, it is. It's embarrassing, isn't it? If the old videos of Mark Zuckerberg explaining social media, and they're like, but what do you mean? You just follow your friends and businesses, and they post, and then you see it. It's like, what?
Although to be fair, that's not strictly true because all people see it organically unless you pay for
No,
it.
1%.
Yeah. So like we just discussed with Emily actually. But no, I think from a paid ad perspective, having some of the nonsense that goes on stopped is going to help. No end at all. Okay, so key takeaways are, starting in the US, of course, we are ending our third-party fact-checking program and moving to a community notes model. Secondly, we will allow more speech by lifting restrictions on some topics that are part of mainstream disclosure and focusing our enforcement on illegal and high severity violations. So when you look at that one in particular, hopefully that some of the nonsense that went on with things like RainClear, that is going to be pushed more towards pornography and suicide or illegal stuff. So that makes total sense. And then thirdly, we will take a more personalised approach to political content so that people who want to see more of it in their feeds can. Interesting to see how they do that. Maybe it'll be something in your settings, which is, do you want to see, political...
If you can find them.
What the settings?
Your settings. I mean...
Some people will have the button and some people won't.
Absolutely. How do I find settings in? Oh, well,
I got confused the other day. So when I was on my, that account that you guys have for me, which I only use because I'm part of one running group, just to buy cheap races off people when they don't want to do it. I couldn't find the settings on there. I can't remember what I was trying to do. I tried to do something, couldn't find it. Could not find it for Toffee.
Yeah, it's pain.
It's,
Well, Meta's just full of not finding anything. So the guy I was on yesterday on the call with, can you send over a screenshot? I said, I'm on where you said, and it says, please use these methods. We're trying to get codes so that, authentication codes, so we can give them for testing on Rupert. And it happens on one person's account, but we need it on ours. And the page is just blank. It says, choose one of the methods below, which would say codes, nothing below. Oh, could you take a screenshot? Take a screenshot, send it over. Okay. Disappears.
What, on chat?
Oh, he's gone. He's gone. Gone. Because he's basically gone, nah. End. That's what we're doing. That's what we're working with.
Brilliant.
It's actually scary to think that both businesses rely on that platform. It's really scary. Really scares the shit out of me that it is all relying on Meta.
It'll be fine. Well, from a Rupert perspective, so from paid ads, I think there's some positive.
I think it's only positive, actually.
Yeah, no, I do. I think, obviously it'll always roll out to the US first, and then it'll obviously come across the pond. But yeah, no, I think that's positive. From a Rupert perspective, it's a fucking home run.
Yeah.
When I read that yesterday, I was like,
Because
yes.
people can write, you're all a bunch of D, and it'll be
allowed. It'll be absolutely allowed. Now, I'm interested to see, and I've not read the article itself, but I'm interested. I'm assuming things like racism will still be stopped because that has to be.
Bad.
Regardless of free speech, you can't call people those names. So I'm interested to see how they deal with. I'm assuming racism will just continue. In terms of everything else, it's open season, isn't it? Based on that free speech, taking out the racism.
Yeah.
Obviously things like pornography and stuff like that wouldn't actually get picked up, I'm guessing. But if you're over 18, it's still an opinion, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the thing when it says like
Why did you
lifting restrictions on topics that are part of mainstream discourse is like a very vague. I think they don't want to make it too specific because they don't want to catch themselves out by themselves. But you said this and then...
He didn't get ChatGPT to write that speech, did he?
No, he didn't.
That was rewritten by about 15 lawyers all sitting around a table, analysing every single word that could be brought back.
But racism will be in there. Well, in terms of...
I get it, but then it's like, what's racism and then what's like...
I can tell you what racism is, Michael. No, and I'm sure if Jason was sat here, he could give us some examples as well.
I mean, maybe we'll get more bad friend clips.
From their perspective.
I'll send you a great one today.
It's a grey area.
It's probably being interviewed by that other comedian, that redneck comedian.
Theo Von. Oh, I know. But yeah, from a Rupert perspective, home run.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Just keep it all coming.
Well,
We just want the world to just write bad stuff.
well, they already are. They can't stop it.
This is the thing. Like he says, how can it get worse? Why is that D dressed as a doctor?
It's so prevalent out there. There's so much of it.
Yeah.
Isn't
But the thing is, what I mean about the woke, we're trying to protect the woke people, aren't we? That's what society's doing now. Can't say this, can't do that, can't do this. That's kind of going against it. X was like, sod this, I'm out. We're going to do whatever we like.
He couldn't have done that if Trump wasn't in power.
No.
No way. Absolute no chance.
So hopefully the world will go back to normal again and people stop doing stupid things and just grow a backbone. Deal with society and what things might get thrown at you, as long as it's not racist.
As long as it's not racist.
Yeah.
And as long as they've got Rupert to monitor those out of ours.
Exactly.
Because that's the most important thing here.
Yeah. So as long as that happens and we can then do before and afters on aesthetics, we've got a sector we can go for.
That's one good.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm interested. I'm intrigued. Okay, that's good. What marketing?
I've got some actually, because I haven't been here for a while, so I was quite excited.
Were you?
I'm going to have to go through I'm going to have to just bring myself up to speed with what.
Okay.
Oh, I've got it here. Right. So really hoping you haven't seen this.
Can I guess? I'm going to guess we have. Just a feeling.
No, I'm going to guess you haven't.
Okay.
Well, so this one's a bit silly, which I just thought this is a marketing one for a company, but I just love the way they do it. This wouldn't get through with Meta ever. And then the one after this, I've just got to figure out the company it's called, but I thought it was brilliant.
Okay. Yeah, play it, Michael.
Introducing Naptime, the latest, most effective tool for child tantrum prevention. It's simple. Just douse a rag with our patented Sleepy Time formula, place it over your child's cry hole, press and hold gently for 8 to 12 seconds, and presto, no more tantrum.
But thanks to nap time, our little Samantha here hasn't made a noise in weeks. I keep her in a shoebox.
Call now and we'll send you your very own 24-hour...
That is very good. Very good, Nick. I think that's the best one you found today. That's very good.
I'm going to have a legitimate one in a second.
No, that's fine. That's brilliant.
So next week we should
Yeah. So for next week, I do. I did discuss it slightly on the last podcast. Did I? Maybe I didn't. Ryanair's organic TikTok channel. It's absolutely.
I don't get served on it. Stuff.
No, I don't. But I don't know. I got served one engage of it, and I just getting them all now, and it's so good. There's one where there's hopefully you can find it, like throwing a suitcase into the sea. That's Ryanair. That's their own account.
Yeah, they really take the mickey out of themselves, don't they?
Nick, I absolutely love it. If you go up, Michael.
It's kind of like every time they get a complaint, they make a video about it.
It is absolute goldust. Go up, Ryanair 2024 wrapped up. This is a carousel. Here you go, look. We separated 2.8 million couples.
Would you pay 8
6.8 million of you wore jeans on planes, psychopaths.
Yeah, that is.
408,000 passengers took their shoes off on board. That's enough cheese to make 75,000 cheese boards. You got 89 million times to use the toilet and annoyed 79 million people.
Yeah, that's good.
It's brilliant. I absolutely love it. So yes, that's mine for this week.
Mine's a quick like.
Go on, Michael, what you got?
Series. But you probably saw it.
I saw it on TV. Shout out to TV.
Oh, you got TV ad shows?
Well, we have a TV. I just don't really watch it.
I know you got TV. I said you got TV ad shows.
Apple Watch ad. Anyone see the Apple Watch ad?
You know, most people quit their New Year's resolutions by the second Friday in January. It's called Quitter's Day. Look it up. But what if we didn't quit right after starting? Or because it's raining or something? What if we had some extra motivation? This year, what if a little bit of help on our wrists
Goal achieved.
could help us quit quitting?
Yeah, it's nice little advert.
Didn't have the corny American voiceover on the UK when it was literally just the music and the notifications and stuff. I thought it was all right. You know, lots of people taking it running. They put it on TV in January.
It's interesting that there's actually a Quitter's Day. I was much earlier than that. I made it to the first. Halfway between that and the
For what?
not having a drink.
Oh, okay. Well, she actually drank on the first.
Oh no, I did drink on the first, yeah, to get over the hangover on the 31st. Hair of the dog, 3 beers and
Negroni?
a bottle of wine.
Oh, okay.
In bed by 8, ready for Thursday.
Nice.
That's how we roll, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, welcome back, Nick.
Yeah,
Yeah, we've missed you, haven't we?
yeah.
Yeah.
The audience have probably missed me. Probably
They
get a
have.
lot of comments.
Are you still doing your podcasts?
Yeah.
I'm lying, I know, because I listened to one yesterday while I was
Today,
running.
wasn't it? Do another one for next week.
One went up today.
Yeah, I listened to your 1 hour one
No, that was
while I was running.
How to build an ad, and
2025, yeah.
you must have enjoyed that one.
It was a tough laugh.
I can imagine it was.
Yeah, I was running last night, listening to it going, Jesus.
Yeah, I was going, Jesus, doing it. I was like, oh God, I've only just started the ad part. And I want to go and get a cup of tea and have some lunch.
They will, but the bit that made me giggle the most is, oh no, that'll be another podcast on that.
The thing is, when you're doing these videos, especially for the new school, is that every single one leads to there'll be another video on that.
146 downloads so far.
Of the one that went up this morning.
So what's your New Year's resolution when it comes to the ads clinic and?
Not even thought about it.
Well, let's. Can I
Make sure there's a podcast every week.
Yeah, that's got to be your biggest one.
Every week, but at the same time, I've got to do a video into the school every week as well. So, but going forward would be better because as more people come onto it, Louis back to work. I'm speaking to someone this week about taking on one of the accounts actually because they need Google Ads as well on one of the accounts. So that's quite cool. My time starts freeing up. So it's going through that whole thing of not being the doctor on every single call, every sales call, every this. There's a lot. Like this week, it was a bit ridiculous this week. Every single day is just like back. You know how it was before? It's just a blue calendar. It's a bit like that. So that's only got an amount of time before you can't do any more in a working day. So it needs to, and then it will free up more time for the other stuff. Won't it?
I think you should really try to do one podcast a week. Sorry.
It was interesting actually because I was looking at the stats for December, and it's amazing. Like December hit, and it's like no one's listening to a podcast. Everyone's out. But you went back all the way back to October. There's like thousands, some of the thousands in a week.
No, I know. I think you've got to,
Yeah, I know. I want to keep doing that. I want to like look at some strategies to keep on getting that bigger and bigger and bigger. I was looking on Buzzsprout today, and you can only put it in certain categories, and you can't use keywords like when you want to where you want it to be found. So I think at some point we've blagged it, that podcast thus far. You do a great job. I try and get it out there as once a week if I can, but it does fall into for 2 weeks. But the optimization of actually getting it further into.
But I think the consistency helps.
Finding a podcast expert. Like I'm a Facebook expert who can go, great position. Let's do this to get us any further. And then 6 months later, we can go, wow, God, that's like completely changed the game. That's what we need to. And it's fine, yeah.
But you don't need a lot, like we were discussing the other week.
I'd like to speak to Thingy in Coventry. He comes to our shows about it.
Yeah, Taylor. But yeah, I think, I think the consistency would definitely help.
Yeah.
Because if they know every week on a Wednesday or whatever day it is that you're posting one about Facebook ads in the ads manager, again, I think that'll make a massive difference because you get hundreds, thousands of views, which is.
So we'll get those, but then I'm going to be changing the advert for the school, things like this. So it's just there's going to be a few changes on it. But I'm going to speak to Taylor and see if there's something he can have any ideas or I don't know, see what he can do. Because he's gone to another level. He's in his stuff. Well. Like he's sitting as like judging on winning podcasts.
Yeah, he's doing really well. Yeah, he's a really good lad.
Yeah.
Very nice lad.
So I'm going to reach out to him actually.
Nice.
So it could be a big year, James. Be a big year.
Yeah.
Since December, there's 21 clients on the ads clinic.
Well done. Don't mean that to sound patronising.
No. There's a few more of the pipelines. The pipeline's got about 10 in it, looking like they should do something. So, I don't know. Aiming for 150 by the end of this 2025.
Wow, it's really good.
But they'll need to be a team, a small team to do that.
I just want Meta to allow me to do what Rupert wants it to do.
Exactly.
Bit sad, really.
It's just frustrating, isn't it? That platform.
Yeah, Thursday, Friday last week was a bit of a kidney jab, but we persist, don't we? Just keep going.
That's what we have to do.
Anyway, I'm going to go home, and thank you all for listening. And we'll see you next week.
Yeah. Take care. Bye, guys. Bye.